I realize that we're facing an untenable fiscal situation. There was a $1.3 trillion deficit staring at me when I took office, and although the economic crisis and the steps we took to stop the free fall temporarily added to our fiscal challenges, it's clear that we're going to have to get serious about the deficit. And that's why I've proposed a 3-year freeze on non-security discretionary spending. That's why I've launched a bipartisan deficit reduction commission, which will be reporting in a few months. What I won't do is cut back on investments like education that are directly related to our long-term economic performance. Now is not the time to sacrifice our competitive edge in the global economy. And that's why I disagree so strongly with the proposal from some on the other side of the aisle to cut education by 20% in next year's budget. It's a cut that would eliminate 200,000 children from Head Start programs, would reduce financial aid for 8 million college students. It would leave community colleges without the resources they need to meet the goals that we've talked about today. And that just doesn't make sense to me. So I'm happy to have a debate about this issue in the coming months, but one thing I know is that this country will be stronger if all of our children get a world-class education. That means, by the way, not just money. It also means reform, and I'm glad to see Arne Duncan sitting here today, who's done as much to promote significant reform across the board than just about any education secretary in recent memory. Our businesses will be more successful if they can find skilled, trained workers here in America. Our future will be more secure if anybody who's willing to work hard is able to achieve their dream of getting a college education. And those are priorities that we all share. Those are investments that benefit the entire nation. And that's what we need to focus on right now. What will grow our economy, fuel our businesses, rebuild our middle class, and keep the American dream alive for the 21st century. So I look forward to working with all of you toward that common goal. And now let's get down to the business of this meeting. I think they're going to remove this big thing here. And I'm going to be able to sit down and we'll have a good conversation. So, all right, somebody going to break this down? And I'll use this time to come around and say hello to everybody.